Hi guys, I'm Sammy. I'm here. I'm an Ocean Fever mentor, and I'm here with Ray. And why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, Sammy. Thank you to Ocean Fever. I appreciate you giving me this opportunity to meet you all and to talk. My name is Ray Jackson, and I've been in Hermosa Beach since 2014, and we love it here. It's a great place to live. We're very fortunate to be able to live here by this great Pacific Ocean and beach community that we found.
So everyone here has a story, so why don't you tell us a little bit about yours?
Yeah, well, my story is a lot like others. I'm a first-generation American. My parents came here in the late 60s from Europe as an interracial couple and had challenges. It was illegal for them to be married in 16 states at the time, which still is somewhat mind-boggling when you think about it. But they overcame and did well, and here I am.
So I'm a high school student now, right? After high school for you, what was your pathway? Because I know for us it's kind of a bit challenging. We're kind of at a crucial time and it feels like there's so many options, but what was your pathway?
Well, I was a misguided youth. I was 18 years old. I didn't know what I wanted to do with life. And 2 weeks after graduating high school, I joined the Army. So I enlisted for 5 years. I was a combat medic, and it turned out being the best decision I ever made.
Yeah. What are some of the things that being in the Army taught you, or opportunities that you're glad you got?
The Army sort of reinforced a lot of the things that I learned at home. My father was a disciplinarian. He was all about structure and attention to detail, and the Army sort of forced me to hone those skills. And it wasn't until I was older that I realized everything that my parents had taught me that the Army was just reinforcing. And after 5 years I got out of the Army. They paid for my undergrad. I attended Florida Southern College in Lakeland, Florida, and then went on to law school at the University of Florida. So that's why those who know me know that I'm a pretty rabid Gator fan.
Awesome.
So I graduated at the University of Florida Law School. I did some substitute teaching for a while. I did a lot of volunteer work. I worked at a children's cancer hospital. I worked with at-risk youth during a homework program. And I went back in the Army as an officer, as a lawyer, so a JAG. And as a JAG, you get to do some pretty neat things in some pretty cool places. So I was able to travel the world, overseas, did some time in the Pentagon, and got to meet some amazing people. And I thought I was just gonna do a couple years and then get out and make a lot of money as a lawyer. But I loved what I was doing. I loved the people I was doing it with. And I started to realize that I was part of an organization and with people and part of something that was greater than myself.
That's a lot like what we're trying to do with Ocean Fever, A big goal is to get youth self-motivated and invested in the community. So it kind of sounds a lot like what you tried to do, Do you feel like being involved in your community and giving back has helped you with anything? Or
well, I'm amazed at today's youth. I mean, what you all do at Ocean Fever and what so many high school and middle school folks are doing is amazing, because we didn't have that sense of community and public that community service focus when I was growing up. And so it's great to see young folks like you committed to something greater than yourself. I mean, you all are realizing it at an earlier age than it took for me to realize. So I applaud you all and what you do to make this place better, because it's you're the future. The old folks like us are gonna be gone soon, and we're gonna leave this world thankfully in capable hands such as yours and the rest of your folks.
So obviously with the COVID pandemic, mental health has become a bigger issue for us. We've tried to have a few more events focusing on that. We had a 10K swim in support of mental health, and we've had a couple paddles and just trying to get everyone outside. Have you been affected personally, or do you have any advice for people who might be working with their mental health right now?
Well, I really became aware of mental health with my years in the service. A lot of soldiers have the post-traumatic stress disorder, and you begin to realize that it's prevalent not just in the service as well as out here. And obviously what's happened the last year with COVID is not going to be helpful. So, it's kind of incumbent upon all of us to reach out, talk to people, embrace people, and just to check on them. Be a good neighbor, be a good community activist. Talk to people. You never know how just a simple hello or how are you doing or let me buy you a cup of coffee or a phone call or even a text message can make a difference, because We all have rough days, and sometimes you get that text message and you go, wow, that just made my day. Or you get that unexpected phone call or email. You go, wow, I haven't talked to this person forever.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I've started to do as I've gotten older is, because we always go, gosh, I haven't talked to so-and-so in forever. I now need to call them. So I'm at the point now where if I think it, I try to do it. Because if I don't, it's another couple weeks or another couple months before, oh, I forgot to call Romy. I've been meaning to call her forever. And then before you know it, I had that happen to me. I had a friend who passed away, and it was on my list of things to do. I need to call Chris, and he was my high school buddy, and I never made that call. And it's something that's always weighed heavily on me, even after all these years. So,
don't be afraid to make that first step. Reach out.
Yes, exactly.
You never know who needs it.
You never know who needs it. And just a simple hello when you're walking down the street to a stranger, or just a how's it going, or just an acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Particularly with the increase in homelessness and whatnot we have, you never know who needs it, and such a simple gesture can make a world of difference.
Yeah. So living around here, you gotta love the ocean. Tell me a little bit about that and how it's affected you.
Well, we are very fortunate and blessed to have this as our backyard. So there's no such thing as a bad day when you live where we live. So I grew up in Florida. My formative years, we lived by the water. And so I always had a love and appreciation for the majesty and the power and the beauty of the water. And when we moved here, we were fortunate enough to find this great swim team in Hawthorne that we really loved. The founder of Ocean Fever was our first swim coach, so we are obviously a big fan of her. And, our love for the water grew with the accessibility for us, and we're fortunate that we have this in our backyard. And my son joined junior guard, and we're involved with the storm drain cleanup just south of here. So anytime there's a big rainstorm, we try to clean up some of the filth before it goes out into our water. So we love the water. We try to be activists and environmentalists, so to speak, and get out here to clean up so we can preserve this for generations to come.
Yeah, we'd love to have you join us. Some of our future beach cleanups maybe.
Anytime.
But yeah, and we love that you're keeping your kids water safe. That's really important to us. One of our big things is trying to get youth to come and be water safe.
That's
so
exactly.
Really
particularly, and what's so great about your program is so many kids typically have to wait until they're old enough to do junior guards, and your program is accessible to younger youth, so that they can grow to appreciate and become more comfortable and stronger and more comfortable, because the Pacific Ocean it's beautiful, but you have to respect Mother Nature.
Yeah, for sure. Just FYI, by the way, we're thinking of hosting an event in October, maybe a run, a swim, paddle. Can we count on seeing you there?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
That'll give me a little motivation to get my old bones into shape. I used to be a pretty avid runner and used to do some triathlons, but now I'm just kind of old and broken. But yes, you'll have my support. My boys will be out there. Rachel will be out there, and we will swim, paddle, run. Whatever you all are doing, we're here to support you. So.
Awesome. We love to hear it. Well, thank you so much for your time, and we're looking forward to seeing you out on the beach.
I appreciate it. I'm honored. Thank you for your time, and thank you for what you all do. And it's because of great youth like you that give old folks like me a good feeling about our future. So thank you for what you all do.